Hello everyone, welcome to another FIA race here in the exhibition season. This is round number 5 from that season, and as you can see, it's on Bluemoon Speedway Oval. It's the oval race. An oval race, I don't normally upload oval races, I will be honest with you, because normally it's just a slipstream fest and a crashathon. Now don't get me wrong, it is a slipstreamer fest. I'm not going to lie there. However, there is some very good action in this, and as you can tell by the title, with Dreamwork and Teamwork hopefully in the title somewhere, because that was my idea with all of this, you will actually see some very smart driving and some superb racing in this as well. That's the only reason I'm uploading it. It's a good race to watch, good race to learn, but let's kick off with that race. We have the TV camera once again, top right hand side. We're only going to jump to that briefly during this race once because, as I say, it's all about strategy here. You need to see my perspective, but it's up there. We will jump to it briefly to have a look at some of the old graphics of Gran Turismo, but let's kick off with this race. As you can see, short shifting straight away, save that fuel. It is a fuel saver race, this. Pure fuel saving, so where you are at the start of the race, or even in the first 10 laps, doesn't really matter that much. You're going to see me bumper draft here, bottle sparks. It's all about where you are in the second half of the race, because that's critical. Because that's where the race is going to pick up its speed. It's a bit like the Tour de France. You know, at the start of the race, everyone's in the old group of cyclists, and then suddenly, towards the end of the race, you have a couple of people break away, they sprint off, happy days, they win the race. What can we do in this race? You can see I'm using Fuel Map 6 as well. As I say, it's extreme fuel saving, but it's still a fun race, so do keep in tune and do keep watching the race. You can see Manton going forward in the race, obviously wants to make a few positions up. You're going to see Sonic follow suit through there. Do keep an eye on Sonic here in this first corner, because I was very skeptical about this. Notice here, he's on his left, and then he just suddenly lets go of the steering here. I nearly go into the wall, I have to completely back out of it. That forces me to lose a fair number of positions. While position isn't key at the start of the race, it's still, you know, important I stay with this pack. So I had to use a bit more fuel here to try and make sure I stayed with this pack. As you can see, the pack behind had dropped off a little bit, but they do catch up, don't worry. It's not the end of the world here as we continue towards the last corner once again. And Fuel Map 6, so I'm back with the pack. Happy days, fuel save for days. As we continue on the straight, what we're going to do now is advance a little bit further on in the race. As you can see, we are now on lap number 4, and we see Quinton ahead. There's the pack behind. That caught us all up. And we're only 1.2 seconds off the leaders, so this fuel saving is going very well at the moment. You're going to see WDP come flying down the left there on all 8 cylinders, flying through, wants to get further up in the pack. As I say, it's up to people where they want to fit in here in terms of the race, because it is a slipstream-a-thon and fuel saver one initially. And you can see there's some lovely camera. Watch this. Oh, look at that. That is an amazing camera. All 20 cars on the straight. 2, 3, 4 wide. Happy days as we head towards the first corner. And look at that. You can see everybody there. Obviously, with fuel saving, the whole point is brake less. So I always try and take a wider line in the oval races, because that way I'm using less fuel. You brake, you obviously lose that speed. You then have to pick that speed back up. The higher the line, the more speed you can carry through the corner. So you actually save fuel at the end of the day. And look at this camera, oh my word. You see B-Racer back there. So B-Racer doing the same, just saving fuel. Happy days for B-Racer. I'm doing the same. There's lots of guys doing that. Kelso's a bit further up in the pack there. You see that Renault, he's got a meme livery on actually. I think it's one of Key's meme liveries. But let's jump back now to the action. Right behind Quinton once again, where we left it just earlier on. So here we go. You can see Kryptonite and Matthew on their way up. They're obviously trying to push on a little bit here, get further up. We're only 1.6 seconds off the leader, so I'm not too worried at this moment in time. Happy days for me, just fuel saving. Because obviously, if I save more fuel than everybody else, I'll just jump them in the pits. I don't have to make the moves on track. Boring for you guys to watch, but happy days for me. It means less effort for me, and I still get lots of points, which is what we're after, of course, because points make prizes, but except for exhibition seasons. But even so, that's why we don't practice. We carry on. We had done a race previously, and we didn't do very well because we didn't know what the hell we were doing. So we did a little practice, and then suddenly we knew what we was doing, and then happy days. So through we go. We're going to get a little tap here just into the barrier. That costs a bit of time. You get a lot of understeer on that exit, so you'd have to be careful on the outside. It is the inside driver's mistake there, so Kryptonite in this case, but it's a mistake. You know, it's not on purpose. We advance a bit further on now. It is lap number 8, about to start lap number 9. And I kind of realised I've actually lost a bit of time here, fuel saving a little bit too much. So I start to try and make a few places up. You can see that now, 6.4 seconds. JL has really taken the race at the front here to try and push on. He's in a GTR at this moment in time. Obviously, Bop doesn't make that much of a difference here. It does make a little bit, but, you know, it's not huge. The GTR pushing on here. So we try to push on. We're not going to fuel map 6 as quick this time. As you can see, we are catching up to this pack up ahead. Kryptonite, Matthew and Dan's. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop to fuel map 1 here, and I'm going to try and go around the outside here. I can see this happening already, and I can carry much more speed if I can. I can see the on the inside there. I do carry it. Dan's nearly closes it off, doesn't. We're going to fall in behind Kryptonite, keep that slipstream up, and we're going to have to push Kryptonite along a little bit here because we are too far behind Kelster in terms of slipstream. We are fast forwarding this now. We haven't suddenly gained nitrous. As you can see, we're pushing Kryptonite along here. We need to get as much speed as possible. We don't want to lose time to that pack that just went in. In the pits we go. We go in with the most fuel. We underfill a tiny little bit here, and we come out right slap bang in the middle of the pack here, right behind Bottle Sparks, and we are ahead of that other pack as well. So job's a good one. We've done well here. We're technically, I don't know where we are, to be honest with you. Probably P2 at the moment, because we've pitted and nobody else has. But the whole idea here is now, because we've underfilled a little bit, we're going to have to fuel save a little bit more. But we're near the front, so we don't have to fuel save a lot, but fuel save just enough that we can make it to the end of the race. See, Kelsa is behind us as well, which is always critical for us, because Team Lazarus do our best to try and win, of course, whenever we get the opportunity to, and try and help each other where we can. And that's what's going to happen a little bit later on. Through the last corner we go. You can see Kelster pushing me along a little bit more. You may have seen Kelster flashing. There you go. There it is, just a little bit. So Kelster obviously trying to push on here as well. I'm not going to push Bottles Box at this moment in time. The reason I don't push Bottles Box near a corner is because it could become unpredictable, that Ferrari. Remember, it's MR. It could get a little bit oversteery in the corner, and Bottles Box is potentially going to break. So if I give him more overspeed, he's going to have to brake harder. Could cause more crashes behind. Play it safe. Just let off. Roll it into the corner. Happy days, everyone survives. You may lose half a tenth to what you could have done, but happy days. Anyway, Kelster is now going around the outside, so I'm like, okay, no worries, Kelster, you go for it, mate. I let off there, let Kelster through. He knows I'm letting him through at that point. I can pull him behind. I haven't lost anything really. I'm just behind Kelster now, my teammate, so it's all happy days. Now, the big group has come in the pits at this moment in time. So where are they going to come out in relation to us? We have been pushing quite hard here. As Kelster now goes to overtake Bottle Sparks, I do the same in the middle of two other cars there, and we get that position. We're up to P4, which is not bad when we were fighting for, what, P14, 15, 16 earlier on. Strategy's working out so far, isn't it? Let's see what happens towards the end of this race. We're over halfway through now, and WDP behind is going to push us along a little bit here. Kelster playing the ultimate team player there, pulling straight across to the left, giving me that slipstream, so I can give Kelster a little bit of a bump here. Give him a bit more speed there. We can continue on as we head once again towards this last corner with JL finally in the pits, and I think B-Racer is about to go in as well. B-Racer has a lot of fuel here. I'm not quite sure what goes on or why B-Racer is where he is, but even so, we continue on. Kelster leading the way at this moment in time. Where is JL going to come out in all of this? JL was obviously pushing earlier on, had that 6-second advantage over us. No more. That's the big difference here with fuel saving and not fuel saving. Still comes out ahead of us, but it's only a second ahead of us, or 1.2 if you want to beat picky. We continue out that corner. Now Kelster's going to push on now, and I'm going to push on with Kelster to try and catch up to JL, and then we can maintain a decent speed. So later on, here we go. About to start lap number 18. You can see the fast laps on the right side, very low 43s at this moment in time, and once again we do another one. And that's because we're trying to maintain this pace. Keep up with JL. We don't know how much fuel JL has. I personally thought at the time he must have to save fuel towards the end of the race. He went in with 8%, and you need a lot for that. But even so, this has meant that we're all line astern. You can see that in the top right-hand side, which is good for us because we're in a good position. We're in P3. Kelster goes for the move. JL going to come in behind her. I'm going to go for the move on the outside. And Kelster sees this beautifully. Look at that. Beautiful teamwork. Straight to the outside. Sees what I'm going to do. So I then try and go around the outside. Now, WDP has gone on the inside here. I'm going to get a slight tap here. And just there to let off a little bit more. Doesn't help me very much. Again, it's just a slight mistake on that corner. WDP is not trying to wipe me out there. And Kelster keeps on the right side, gives me the slipstream still. Kelster knows I'm not going to be pushing him. My aim here, 1-2 Lazarus. If we can get 1-2 Lazarus, I'm happy. I don't care. I don't care whether Kelster's first and I'm second, or whether I'm first and Kelster's second. Going through the first corner, Ramucho just gives me enough room there. Fair play with that driving. And we continue on. Kelster again, playing the ultimate team player there. Stays to the right, gives me the slipstream. I come to the left. I'm going to have a bumper draft in Kelster. And it's at this moment in the race, I now have enough fuel so I can concentrate on Kelster now. I can concentrate on focusing on pushing Kelster. I don't know if he needs fuel or not. I kept asking that in the stream. I was like, does Kelster need to, you know, save fuel or not? I can always take over because I had enough fuel to get to the end. Again, Kelster, team player, straight away, stays to that right-hand side. It is the racing line anyway, but gives me the slipstream. It's all critical, this. Pure teamwork. what I'm going to do at, I'm not sure which lap it is, I'm going to jump in the video on demand from the stream. Because as I say, this is a stream. Check out my Twitch below. I stream on Twitch. Just because it's far better to stream on, and trust me guys, you would have a far better experience enjoying the Twitch stream. But even so, we are going to keep pushing Kelsa along at this moment in time. We have every single lap now until the end of the race to watch. Because it's an oval, it's not that long obviously, and we continue into the last corner again. You can see this pushing is working well. If you look in that TV camera now, we are still line astern here with the cars. We're pushing along, good speed here from everybody as we head towards that line once again. What kind of lap time are we looking at there? 43.5, so a strong lap once again as we continue on towards the first corner. Ramucho trying to look for this move, knows how strong this Lazarus pairing can be. Now what I'm going to do now on this lap, I am now going to jump to the video on demand from the Twitch stream. Enjoy the last few laps and I shall join you at the end, just to show you, we're not on TeamSpeak either, just to show you what happened. I could go in front of Kelster, I don't know if Kelster needs to save fuel. Kelster, whack your hazards on if you need to save fuel, mate. I don't mind taking over now. I'll go in front now. Kelster, take wide line, take wide line, take wide line. Kelster, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here. Stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here. Come across, come across, come across, come across, come across. Good, 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 good. Come on, Kelster, come on, go, 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 go. Come on, Kelster, we got this, son, we got this. 1-2, boys, Lazarus, come on, 1-2, let's go! Come on, Kelster, come on, boy! Come on, lad! Come on, Kelster! Go on, son! Yes! Lazarus, 1-2! Yes, go on! Yes! LZR Lazarus! Number 1! Team Lazarus, boys! Oosh! So yeah, there we go. Lazarus 1-2. Ultimate teamwork. We beat SDL there, which is kind of nice as well, especially after what happened on lap number 2. But my word, what teamwork. I say, me and Kelster, we're not on TeamSpeak or anything. That was pure looking at each other's driving and working out what we were doing there in terms of, you know, positioning our cars in the perfect places to make sure we got the result. There's a little bit of looking there, of course, but, you know, there's a lot of strategy in there. Our strategies worked out really well. We pushed hard there. We got the 1-2. I'd say I didn't care whether it's me or Kelster getting it. I got it this time. It was close on the line. My word. What a race for Lazarus there as well. And we got a lot of points there, 338. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.